welcome to the Mulligan Menace. We are going to play a Liliana Ugin deck here that I found on Untapped. It had a really good win rate on it, and I was excited to try it because it's a little bit different than your traditional Ugin decks that you've been seeing out there. Really nice having Liliana in here. Liliana, great card, 6 casting costs, and whenever a creature you control dies, you draw a card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, and you can do a -4 to have your opponent sacrifice 2 creatures of their choice. And then -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifice the rest. Basically, as long as you use all of your removal that you have here, you can get this up to 9 pretty easily and trigger that -9 ability, which is awesome. But you do have that Ugin to do an additional exile effect, as well as just draw. You can use its plus or 0 ability as well to get 3 land. But a lot of different things you can do with this deck. You have Hex, tons of removal in here. You got 3 of these. You have 4 Elves here for ramping, obviously, into your larger spells. What's nice is you can actually use the Elf to ramp into a turn 2 core, which is really huge in the ability if you want to get up to like a Deadly Cover-Up or a bigger Black Sun. Nowhere to run. We got 2 of these as well. Nice to have Flash in there, but it also gets rid of that Hexproof, with it, which is really handy. 2 Rot Curse. These are demons. They do have decay. But the nice thing about this is you can actually bring them back with Virtue of Persistence. So it doesn't matter that you attack in with it and it goes to your graveyard, because the next turn you can just pull it back and you have another 5/5 that has trample. Shoot the Sheriff. We have 4 of those. Strategic Betrayal, just a nice one to get rid of the graveyard if you do need to. Terminus Return. Ramp card. Bitter Bloom Bearer. We got 1 of these. This is just a really handy one to, 1, create a lot of blockers if you need to. 2, you can just take over the game with this. If they don't have removal and they leave this thing unchecked, you can ramp really fast with this, especially if you drop like a Bloodletter. Every single one of those sneaky guys gets in for 2, which is huge. Plus it has Flash, which is huge if you're keeping up removal like Shoot the Sheriff and they just don't end up casting a creature. You can drop a Bitter Bloom Bearer. Day of the Black Sun we mentioned, nice sweeper to have in there. 4 cores, this is your combo that you play with Unholy Annex. Counts as a demon, and if you really need to, you can attack him with a 4/4. I'd advise keeping it as a artifact without being a creature if they have mana available for removal, because you want to be able to trigger the Annex. Don't want them to kill that. Bloodletter, just a nice card that combos out with Annex really well. Any other damage that you're dealing, just really handy with that. Deadly Cover-Up, just a great all-around sweeper. Has that other ability of collecting evidence if you need to use it. We do have 2 Disruptive Stormbroods. What's nice with this is it gets thrown back in your deck every time you use it, sorcery, for the Omen. So you can draw this a ton of times each game if you need to. Plus you have the Draw spell, which is awesome. I mean, you have the multiple ways to draw. You have 5 different cards here. You got 2 Ugins, which allows you to draw. You have the Unholy Annex that you can draw off of. Really nice to have that be able to trigger with all of that. Liliana, like we said, really nice abilities on this. 2/2 zombie creature tokens. -4, each player sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. Just a handy card all around. Ugin, I think everybody knows what this does at this point. Just a beater once you get this down. Got the Unholy Annex. You can make the 6/6 demon creature token with this as well. Like I said, you're going to have a demon probably with a core on the field already, so that is not critical, but it is nice to have it for an additional blocker. Also, you can get in for a lot of damage with that if it's kept unchecked. Lands, we kind of got a mishmash of a bunch of different things going on here. Blooming Marsh, Restless Cottage, just a nice man land that you can attack in. We got a Mortuary to Surveil, Cavernous Souls that you can just throw on anything you need to. If you need to, you can turn it on Elf to get that Elf out if you don't have your green mana. Demolition Field just helps you get rid of stuff. Fountain Port, Universal create treasure tokens, 1/1 blue fish. Soulstone Sanctuary, you can turn that into a demon and attack into as well. Starting Town, just a good early one, helps you get that Elf out. And Gold Saucer, I love this one because you're able to flip a coin and create a treasure token. Allows you to ramp out stuff a little bit faster. If they're not doing anything, you can hold up removal, and then at the end of their turn, you can trigger this if you need to. If they don't do anything, just allows you to possibly ramp up faster for that. All in all, this is a fun deck that works really well, and you're going to see that in the gameplay. First, if you could hit that subscribe button below, please subscribe to the channel because you're going to see daily deck videos. You're going to see some good content every single day. And let's get into the gameplay. All right, let's take a look at this one. We got 3 lands, a little bit of removal. We got ramp and a Liliana. Let's keep it. Surveil. Another core. I don't think we want another core. Ooh, direct damage. We might be facing the one deck that has that card that brings us down to from 10 to 0. With all this direct damage. Let's get this core out there. We can actually start gaining life next turn. I think that's probably our best course of action. Yep. That's going to start screwing up their math. Yeah. Get this out. Start gaining life. Okay, we can Terminus here and destroy his creature. Actually, let's do it this way. I think that just ruined their whole plan. That's fine. We can destroy their creature. Start getting out stuff of our own. GG's. Well, it goes first. We do have quite a bit of removal here. We'll keep it. Just need to draw some land. Looks like they should be a life gain deck where Day of the Black Sun might come in handy. I think we're going to know where to run. Actually, let's do this one. Just to slow them down a touch. We don't want them gaining any life. Right, any more than we can help prevent. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll put this down. And we're going to get enough mana for Day of the Black Sun to wipe out anything they cast out. It is weird that they didn't cast a creature last turn. 3/3, we can get rid of that with nowhere. Do our tap land. We'll keep Ugin. We're getting up to that point. Oh, shoot. Didn't realize they gained a life for that. So we're 2 turns away from wiping this, unfortunately. Man, we could have done so much better that turn. I guess we can deadly cover up. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, big mistake on my part. It gained a life when it came into play. I was just thinking it was still 3/3. Gotta pay attention to the board state. Let's deadly cover up. I don't want to waste one more turn. Actually, let's do this. We'll trade it if they want to. We'll gain life. And then we can wipe the board too if we really have to. Okay, Sanctifier, they're going to gain life. This gets up. They can increase it again with the Air Temple. I might just block, to be honest with you. Because we could just wipe the board next turn. Ooh. Okay. Go after the demon? Sure. I'll take 7, which is going to be hard, but... Okay, they solved this, unfortunately. They can cast stuff from their graveyard. Let's... get this out. We can do Deadly Cover-Up and get rid of the Exemplar. And still get our elf out. Oh, we can't do that because of the... I mean, we can do this, but we can't get rid of the Exemplar. Well, do we want... We're going to take 2 damage. We're going to draw a card. Do we want to run this out so we have an additional land? So we have 8 land next turn. Because we're probably just going to sweep again. I'm going to say no. We'll keep that in our hand. We are going to go down to 6 here, unfortunately. I'm hoping they sacrifice this. Okay, they didn't. Oh, there they... Come on, sacrifice this. Interesting. Well, I think we actually just get Ugin out there. Could sacrifice that. I almost think we need to get rid of this. We'll let them cast the stuff from their graveyard.
I grant you.
Gain 3 life here.
So discord.
Try to offset some of the damage we're taking.
Open your mind to possibility.
Alright, not too bad. Okay, Channeler. Fire. This would be a good thing to get rid of if we get a Ugin trigger. Demolition field. Run that out. Only have 1. I guess we technically have 2 removal. We gotta organize it this way. We'll get rid of that one first. We'll get rid of this one. And then We'll get 3 mana, we can cast this.
This man wisely.
This will incentivize them to burn the case. Otherwise, we'll start getting their creatures back. Keep the elf in our hand because we're going to sweep with the Day of the Black Sun. Okay, they're going to blow all their mana on this. So 4, 5, 6, 7, they can get... They're probably going to drop the Channeler, probably, as well as the Exemplar. The unfortunate thing is they do draw cards with the Exemplar. All right, we can do... Three, 4. Demon. I can turn this on, but I don't want to take the damage. Let's just run this out. And we do have a Shoot the Sheriff available. Okay, well, I'm hoping to do a whole lot for them. We'll kill that right away. All right, what do we want? Let's do the Channeler. We can actually, no, we'll do the Exemplar of Light. GG's. This is not a very good hand. Don't have any black mana. We're going to mulligan that. We do have black mana in the form of Cottage. We'll keep it. We do have to return. I think we're going to return. I mean, that's nice for the Annex. I think we still have to return it, though. I'd rather have more removal. Okay, are we playing? Is it? Grand. We'll hex that. Interesting. The demon. Kind of think we want to go after it, though. Yeah, let's do that. We have the one lesson. A little surprised they don't have any card draw. I wouldn't normally run this out, but that's going to get quenched. Oh, they didn't have a quench. A little surprised. Hopefully this gets us some more land. Demolition Field. Yeah, they can go after something, that's fine. Cottage is probably the best one to go after. Sanctuary's not bad either, because I could turn that on. And Cavern of Souls is actually the worst one. Well, we did get a 4th land. Let's go for the hardcore card draw here. Starting town down as well. Yep, cottage. We'll go after black, that's fine. Do we have our forest? Nice thing is now we have Hex available if we need it. Did draw a Shoot the Sheriff, which is nice. We just unlock one of these. Are they able to kill it? How many lessons do they have? 1, 2. Yep, they use 2 cards to do it. Okay, Terminus is pretty good. We didn't draw another land, though, which is a little surprising. Hopefully we can do, like, a land, and then we can Terminus. Alright, unfortunately, that didn't work out the way we wanted. They have 2, 3, 4 lessons. So now a single combustion technique will kill our big creature. Well, I don't think they have one then. Discard 3 cards. I do like that for killing their enchantment. Maybe I Shoot the Sheriff. And another Shoot the Sheriff. Hexes should hit everything. In order to run is nice because that gets around their form. Guess we'll see what they do. Okay, that's 1 damage. Can they do 5 more? Nope. GG's. Alright, we'll take this one. We'll go first. Unfortunately, we don't have much ramp, but we got quite a bit of removal here. So hopefully we get our lands. Maybe a little ramp in there. Okay, it's a Goblin Warrior, so we're going to go after that with the Shoot the Sheriff. Just because I can't get rid of rogues or assassins. Red has quite a few cards that you can't hit with that. Voice of Victory. We can let them... let's get this one out. Just need to keep drawing land here to get up to our sack outlet. actually going to do this one. That way this gets something in the bin later on. Plus he could double cast spell next turn, and then I can target the one that I really want to get rid of. Okay, still need 2 land here to even start getting the Liliana. See, he's going to double spell here. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Even though it's going to take us 2 turns, it's worth it for us. Alright, now we're starting to get to the point that we're in trouble. So we're hoping they don't have a creature in the next 2 turns, and then we can get a Liliana out. We can create a token or create a creature. So it's possible we just do Ugin. They might not attack with the headliner if they see this. Okay. Okay, they're going to get that flying, so I can't block it. Man, that's a pretty powerful one. Being cast. We gotta get rid of that thing. Leyline of Hope? They can cast Leyline of Hope? Guess not, never mind. Create treasure token. We're gonna get Ugin, Eye of the Storms down. Kill that one. Go plus here. It's not too bad. See if they just cast like Leyline, and then we can have them sack both creatures. Or are they gonna pump? They should have waited until they attacked. Three. Doesn't kill it, which is nice. Alright, so we can Liliana now. Fairly safe. I could have actually cast Unholy Annex, but GG's. Alright, opponent goes first on this one. I think we're going to keep it. We have some ramp, draw, removal, a little bit of everything. Okay, we definitely got to get that Marsh out next. Angel deck. Alright, we're going to probably remove their ramp spell. I figured they'd have that. Just slows them down enough that we can get to the deadly cover-up. Got a core of their own. Feels greedy. Get our core down. Alright, we're not worried about that. In Terminus. Get this down. Just kind of letting him fill the board a little bit more for a deadly cover-up. Maybe we can Ugin next turn as well. Okay, we're probably just going to Ugin then, if they're not going to fill the board up. Okay, they got 3 or 2 mana available. 3 mana available. Already the Council's kind of stinks, but that's fine. Oh, great. Alright, then this gets bounced. We'll go with Demon. I'm actually not all that worried about... like, get that, because it can grow a little bit larger. Drawing 2 cards a turn, which is pretty strong here. We'll let them fill the board up and we can sweep it, if that's what they're going to do. They even going to try? Interesting.
Restrain your emotions.
I can destroy the enchantment if I just do that. Otherwise, I don't have removal. Let's plus this. And we got land. I should have probably dropped the starting town because it's tapped, but I got a lot of land here. Oh, let's just do that. All right, GG's. All right, we go first. We have ramp into the core, which is pretty strong, as well as a couple removal, card draw. We're liking this. Yeah, that's fine. We can get this out. And then, no matter what, we can do Cottage into Annex. Even if they kill this thing. Alright, they're trying to roll. Oh. This is interesting. You can do this into Annex. And still get the Cottage out. Now the Liliana minus ability is starting to look really good here. And then we're set up pretty well with all this removal as well. Cancel. Yeah, we're going to do that.
No way.
We get land. And we're still gaining life, drawing cards. Life is good. Alright, we can't target. Well, we can go after it with nowhere to run. Did get rid of our Liliana, but that's okay. What do we got? 3 land here? I think we just pass the turn and see what happens. We'll take 2. I think we're good. We're going to get our big guy down here. Okay. They're losing a lot of life from this annex, so they got to do something. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see here. Gain control of the creature until they're going to tap it if it's haste. Alright, so they're going to be able to attack with that. What I'm going to do is I will kill this, just so we mitigate the amount of damage lost. We'll take 6. They can't sack it, which is nice. And we can attack in for quite a bit. And they're dead to this. Ironically, we can actually do this as well. GG's. One goes first on this one. We'll try it. We got quite a bit of removal. Do have a tap land in there. Yeah, they do have a creature. We're probably going to have to just get rid of that right away. Before they have their Hex. What's nice is now this gets around the Hex proof ability. Okay, we can do our tap land next. Want to do our tap land? Let's do our tap land. Forest. It's our 5th land. I don't know if we really want that. Because we're going to have the core out, and then we'll have our 5th land then. I don't even know if we're casting the core next turn. And it's not even a swamp. So let's toss that. Let them load this up a little bit. If we can, we'll kill it with... Okay. Interesting. Now he's just loaded with creatures. So we definitely want a ramp here. So we'll get our core out. We're going to take a minimum of 7, if not more. Okay, that's a pretty good one for them. But the sweep is going to take care of all this. We're probably going to take... Let's see what they find. Hopefully they don't steal our core. They steal our core. And unfortunately, that brings it out of range and the nowhere to run. Oh, and that's 12 damage. We needed removal there to even have a shot. Alright, let's check this out. We got some ramp in here. Removal, let's keep it. Card draw. Got both of our big guys. Get a ramp down. Hopefully we draw some land. That's good. Like a sweeper for this deck, because this deck gets out of hand pretty quickly. Liliana's not going to be fast enough for it, unfortunately. Okay, nowhere to run. Okay, Vanguard, they're going to gain some life here. Probably going to keep up the nowhere to run. Just in case they get one of the creatures that grow fast. We're still going to take quite a bit of damage here. We might just get our 6/6 down. shelter? No. Yeah, they did get the Pride Mate down. Which then we'll get this down to kill the Pride Mate. Just trying to mitigate the damage here. They're already up to 25, which is notable. I think we'll get the Ritual Chamber down. So give us a blocker. If they shelter it, hopefully that just slows them down a bit, and then we can Liliana. Okay. They're going to gain quite a bit of life here. They are attacking it. Interesting. This stops more life gain. This... I mean, I guess they both are life gain. Let's do the more damage, I guess. Restless Cottage is interesting. Let's do this. We'll gain some life with this. Get the card draw going. No attack. We'll leave that back for blocking. Kind of hoping we drew a 2-mana instant speed removal, but didn't get that. We do have Ugin that we can drop next turn, which is nice. And we'll see if they attack in. Probably get rid of one of the flyers if they attack in. Or get rid of the flyer, maybe. Actually, we'll do this because it's going to be bigger for attacking Ugin. Deadly cover-up's really good. Let's just drop Ugin. And get rid of the flyer there. Now, even if they try to sweep, or if they try a shelter, we can just sweep. We're in really good shape here now. We only have 2 Ugins and then Cores in our deck, so it's not like we have a lot of stuff to even search for, so we're going to be keeping this around quite a while. Okay, they're going to shelter, probably go after the Ugin. No, they didn't. Okay, we can drop the core and kill the Nighthawk. Actually, let's just do the sweep. We'll save the core. Keep doing our pluses, gaining life. We'll take the 2 damage from this rather than drop the core, because the core is going to be good to just remove the next play that they have. Oh, man. We're pretty set up for removal at this point. Alright, we'll just get the... Ooh. On second thought, let's just get that out.
Insight is vital to success.
Yep, we'll draw a card. Sheriff on that. Actually, I should have done the Hex on that, but let's get the Pride Mate out, because we're going to be gaining some life.
The wise heed my advice.
Surveil. Another Ugin's not the worst. We'll keep it there. We'll get the Liliana down. Here's a zombie creature. We'll get our Rakasha out. That way we can start gaining life. We even have the Hex available. Alright, they're going to destroy all creatures. Which is fine. We draw 3 cards. Yep. Healer Hawk. Alright, now we got a target for our core. Let's go after the Pride Mate. We'll continue the same plan. Get the core down. We'll start gaining life now. We can kill a Healer Hawk. Let's get this down. Man, we just got so much stuff going on here. Okay. Plus here. Oh. Meant to turn on an attack that turn. That's okay. Discard the lands. Flash that in. Go to my turn. Alright, which one do we want? Let's do Sanctifier, because that allows our Pride Mate to grow really quickly, especially with the Bitter Bloom. I could get another one of these out. +3, or +2 here. Get another creature, it's going to plus again. Fountain poured out. Let's turn that on. Let's just get rid of Doomgate. This is a pretty overpowering board state. GG's. Alright, we go first. We got 3 land as well. This is a ramp card and lots of removal, so let's keep it. Hopefully this isn't a mill deck. It's looking like it might be. Oh, what do you got there? Spirit Dragon. Interesting. Get that down. We'll get the 4 down. Probably going to try flipping some coins here. Of course. They're just drawing. Oh, there we go. That's what they got going on. Well, if that's the case, let's get rid of these creatures out of their yard. Get this out. We can do this, and we can still flip a coin at the end of their turn. Either that, or we can just get the elf out. Maybe we just get the elf out. If they want to go after it, that's fine with us. We can drop the Virtue of Persistence. We're going to be in really good shape. Okay, that's actually pretty good because none of these are too amazing. Okay. We're gonna kill that. Spirit Dragon's not bad. Can't get... We didn't... Oh, we gotta drop the land. I think this is better than the Spirit Dragon in this situation. Because we can get Arden down. Oh! One turn off. We can kill Arden. They're gonna give us Knights of the Round. Oh, they can cast Knights of the Round. Actually, no, they didn't. Because that's what they cast. Okay. We can still kill Arden. Yeah, we're gonna do Knights of the Round. We're gonna kill their Arden. Alright, GG's. Alright. We do not have green mana, but we do have 2 sweepers. Let's try this. If we do manage to get a way to cast this, we can get Deadly Cover up early. That's not the worst either. Looks like we're playing against a black-white deck. Okay, I think we're going to end up getting... Durst 2. We probably want to just get rid of that. Unfortunately, I think we're missing our land drop if we don't draw one here. Well, that's pretty strong.
This will be child's play. The killer can't silence everyone.
Get up to Ugin, we can get rid of this, but man, it's going to take us a while. Especially if we're missing our land drops. That'll help to get our elf down.
Keep calm and stay focused.
It's pretty strong. Interesting. Boomerang it. Okay. Okay, at least we'll start gaining life with our card draw. Not the untapped land we needed. Guess we still can Deadly Cover if we need to. Deadly Cover into Liliana. If we can draw untapped land. No blocks. Deadly Cover. Okay, now we need to draw that untapped land. That's not good. I mean, we do have another Deadly Cover up, which we might end up doing. So I guess that kind of gives us a turn. Maybe that's just what we should do. They already got pretty wide force here. So let's do this into Deadly. Do Deadly Cover up. Sacrifice those. Let's just verify what this does. Creature cards in your graveyard to put into exile. You may choose a creature card from among them. Play in a turn, target token you control becomes a copy of it. Okay. Well, we want to get rid of Cosmo. They have nothing in hand, huh? They have a couple dolls. Okay, lots of... Ooh. 6 more. Okay, 6 more Planeswalkers. Okay, we can Ugin next turn to get rid of Kaya.
I could use a little help.
If we do this, we can even 0 out to kill. I guess we can't. Creatures you control at base star on top of the equal number of creatures you control. They're tapped out. I think Kaya's probably the one to go after, and then we can still get an elf out for a blocker if we need to.
Ah! Just kill
And the master
I think we plus this.
clarity at the center of every storm.
The core, that's actually really good. Actually, we can hex their creature if needed. And another Ugin, that's strong too. Yep, they're gonna get something back, I figured. Okay, they can bounce. Question is, what are they gonna bounce? They gonna bounce talent, or are they gonna bounce our Ugin? Ugin's not smart. They're gonna bounce that, of all things? I mean... Okay. Probably do this so we retain as much of the Ugin as possible. You can attack it for 1. I'm okay with that. Okay, we got 2 now. Alright, GG's. Alright, we go first. Got a little bit of removal. Unholy Annex is always nice. Just need land and ramp. Mostly land. That'll be nice to drop Unholy Annex, but like I said, we need to find land. They can kill that if they want. They're really debating to hex it. Yep, there you go. Nice thing is we put decay counters on stuff. Just get the Annex down. Since they're not doing much, they're holding up removal. This will urge them to start casting some stuff, which then we can drop our Kasha. They got an Annex of their own. Now we need to ramp up for our Ugin. Oh, let's just get this down. We'll gain life. Oh, another one is pretty good. Let's see what they do. They do have a Sanctuary. Let's see if they turn on the Sanctuary for this. They're going to be taking a lot of damage each turn if they don't. Oh, there they go. And we can kill that. Oh, shoot. We should have done that before. That was an error on our part. And they're down a land too, which is huge. Let's just get another Unholy Annex down. And we could even cast our Rock Curse. That's pretty strong. Oh, don't need 2 of them, but we'll take it. No creatures in the bin. I guess we have the one creature in the bin that we can use for recursion with the Virtue of Persistence. All right, we're going to want to get rid of that. Looks like they might be slivers. Oh, that's a bummer. 2, 3, 4, 5. That is crazy. We didn't draw land with that at all. Can do that, which just gets rid of nothing too important. So let's just do this instead. Just leave Shoot the Sheriff up for us. That's 4 damage. Okay, they can turn on their chamber if they want, but we'll just shoot the Sheriff it. Yep. It's a waste of the turn for them. Alright, we did get one more land. Well, that's pretty good. Down to 4. They have to get a demon, otherwise they kill themselves. And regardless, short of killing our core, killing our bloodletter, and dropping a demon themselves, all with 6 mana, I don't know how they're going to do it. Okay, they found the demon. They still need to kill both of these to not die. Yep, GG's. Just for fun. Turn this on. Back in. GG's. Alright, Liliana Ugin. Really enjoying this deck. Obviously, Liliana and Ugin are just awesome cards. Initially looking at this, there's not a ton of win conditions, but then you start realizing things like Virtue of Persistence works awesomely with Rakasha. Not to mention that you have your opponent's creatures that you can pull back. Yeah, sure, this has Decayed, dies every turn, but you bring it back with Persistence, and it's a huge threat with it having Trample and be able to get through. You have all your sweepers with Day of the Black Sun, Deadly Cover-Up. Bitter Blossom Bearer can win the game on its own. Just dropping that, and if they can't deal with it, they're going to be dead sooner than later, especially if you drop out a Bloodletter and everything does double damage on that. You got your ramp cards here. The core Annex combo is just huge with a deck like this. Plus, you can attack with the core if you want. I wouldn't advise attacking in if they have open mana that they can use removal, because you want the core to be alive so it can do damage due to the Unholy Annex. But man, really strong all in all. I mean, the only reason the green's even in here is for the ramping ability. Kind of crazy. And you don't even have a whole lot of colorless to trigger the Ugin things. You only have the cores and another Ugin effect to even trigger it. So you're not even going to do more than the initial exile on this, but it works so well. Really enjoyed this deck. If you could, hit that subscribe button, posting daily deck videos. I appreciate you guys watching and staying until the end. Thank you and have a fantastic day.